This is what happens when you leave it 2 or 3 weeks between doing a video. You can't remember how we normally start our videos.
Leave it with me.
Yeah, right.
Hello everyone. It's been a while. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 3 weeks, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But as you can see, we're both doing great. We've got some things to tell you.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. We went out.
Yes.
Overnight. We were allowed.
Yeah, this was
due to COVID
regulations. 29th when the restrictions were lifted.
So we went out overnight to Church Minsel Moorings. What a beautiful place.
But we shan't tell you too much about them. Have a look. What we doing, Deborah?
We're going to go for a cruise.
Yeah, today's date is the 30th of March. 31st of March. This is the first time we've been out since before Christmas. Yeah, beautiful day, winds dropped, boat is back in the water after blacking, so we thought,
let's do it. Yeah. Let's just go out for a little cruise.
It's Wednesday, so Deb's just had her bloods done, and then you've got your treatment on Friday. Yeah, so we're just going to go out and have a nice little cruise. Which means if we're cruising, there's no point me being at the pointy end of the boat. I need to be down the rounded end of the boat. Let's hope I can remember how to do all this. Anchors away and all that stuff. Now I think this will do for our first mooring of 2021. Right, so Deb's inside finishing a few bits and pieces ready for our first little cookout of the year. You may have watched the video where we met up with friends on the towpath just before Christmas, and I had the cast iron Dutch oven and my little stainless steel collapsible fire pit, the tripod for the Dutch oven. If you haven't seen it, I'm not sure which corner it goes in, is that corner or that corner, but I'll put the link for that video there so you can see it. Now Deb has done lamb kofters, homemade lamb kofters. Now we could cook them on that because it had a barbecue grill, or we could cook them on one of my other little favourites, which I'm now going to show you. This is a gas barbecue. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's a Kadak, and it's the Safari Chef 2, this particular model. When we had the Caravan, we had the larger version, and we had that for nearly 10 years and used to cook everything on it. So storage space, really important on the boat. So we got the Still got the instructions. I do love an instruction book. So we got the smaller version. So rather than the long legs, so you can actually cook standing up, this unit has smaller fold-out legs. So if I just take you through the different parts of it, it works off of Cala, propane or butane. Legs fold out. So that is the main part of it. The gas bottle connects on there. I'll show you that in a minute. And there's various different attachments for it. Just change camera angle so you could see it a little bit better. Yeah, we have the fat pan that goes on, just sits on the top like so, and then we have various different cooking surfaces, and they're all wrapped up nicely in this bag. The one I mainly use for barbecuing is this one. That's a heat deflector on the bottom there, and that just sits on there like that. Non-stick surface. You can cook your bits and pieces on there, and what I tend to do is I'll pop the lid on so you can cook on a lower heat, and that keeps the heat in. Now this lid is also a pan, so you can, we've done paellas and bits and pieces in there, so I will show you that in a minute. The other cooking surface is just a smooth non-stick tray, and again that just pops in. We haven't actually used this yet, but that is nice for bacon, eggs, mushrooms. You can do them all on that one surface. Yeah, but for some reason I haven't got round to using that. We also have a pan stand, so you then take your fat tray off. That sits on there. That then sits on there, and there is, which I've left in the boat, there is a stainless steel lid that fits on top of this. So when if you're doing curries or stews or anything, the lid will sit on that. But yeah, we swear by this, and I shall stick links for this in the description below. Got this from Amazon, and we had this. We are now March 2021, and we bought this May, June of 2019. You've got the control there for the gas, the little ignition there. The only additional item you will need to buy is the gas regulator. When we bought it, it didn't come with the regulator. It comes with this little adapter that screws onto the bottom. So you buy your bit of hose, buy your regulator, and we bought, which I've got out of shot, so I'm going to have to go over there and get it, Cala patio gas, and that is still showing full after nearly 2 years. Yeah, so you'll see us using this in a minute. Yeah, so here here's Debbie's homemade koftas. We put them into a patty type thing, and they cook better. If anybody at home has got a George Foreman lean mean grilling machine, they're beautiful in there. But she'll give you the recipe for these. I think it's basically lamb mince, onions, few herbs and spices, finely chopped chilli. Yeah, but they are beautiful. Oh, sizzle. Right, so I've got those on the barbecue, turned down low, pop the lid on, and I shall turn those a couple of times, and they'll take about 20-25 minutes. Hey ho, overdone it last night, so I'm on the tea. Deb's on a gin and tonic.
Yeah, just a single.
Yeah, just a single. So what's in the koftas, Deborah?
There is lamb mince, 20% fat, lamb mince, like very lean lamb mince, a teaspoon of ground cumin, a teaspoon of ground coriander, and a big heaped teaspoon of smoked paprika, garlic, 2 cloves of garlic, plenty of salt and pepper, and I like zapped an onion to really fine. You can
in a mini blender.
Yeah, you can grate it, but I didn't want to do that.
The smell is wafting up. It's beautiful.
And then you just mix it all together.
Did you use chilli?
Oh yes, and a chilli, half a chilli, very finely chopped. Mix it all together, pat it down to a patty, and that's your kofta.
Yeah, and you get to watch us eat them in a minute.
There you go. So served with some just plain white rice,
mixed salad, salsa.
I like coleslaw.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yes. You should see the change in Deb. We've been moored up an hour. She just made some lamb koftas for a little barbecue we've had, and her whole demeanour is just, you know, totally chilled out. I think today's date is March the 31st, and we came into Aqueduct Marina, I think on the 1st of November, something like that, give or take a day. And other than, I think we popped out for 2 days just outside the marina when we met Fran and Rich in another video. I'll put the link up here if you haven't already seen that. We've been in the marina. Now, Deb's been on a little bit of a downer, saying that because of what she's going through, it's ruined all our cruising plans. And I've said to her, it hasn't. It's us and the rest of the boating community who've haven't been able to cruise. If not that you can choose when you get ill with whatever illness, but if you're going to do it during winter when there's a national lockdown on, because nobody's been able to cruise. So I'll try and reinforce this every time so she doesn't have to worry, but she still gets on a little guilt trip. So just seeing her chilled out, I think because I'm chilled out, it's nice. And the dogs are loving it.
And while we was at Church Minster, we got a call off of Fran and Rich, and so we decided we were going down to the Winding Hole anyway to turn around to come back to the marina. So we went down and met them at the Winding Hole, or just past the Winding Hole.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to moor in a winding hole.
You're not allowed to moor in a winding hole.
Although some people do.
So we sort of we met them at the Winding Hole. And it was lovely.
Yeah, lovely catch up.
Yeah, in the afternoon.
Yeah, it just seems that the last 2 times we've met up, it's
always been blooming
freezing,
cold. Yeah, but no, Fran knocked up some pizzas, and we had a glass of prosecco. It was lovely.
Yeah, a few beers.
Put the world to rights.
Catch up, and that was nice. Yeah, so
yeah, it was lovely.
Look forward to spending some time with them when the weather's a bit warmer.
Yeah,
but obviously with the restrictions and that, we have to do what we do outside.
Yeah.
Kept the chairs at our socially distanced 2 metres apart. Yeah, no, it was great.
That was nice, putting the world to rights, it was. Yeah, so we did that. It went as quick as I don't know what. And then we headed back to the marina, and disaster struck. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure whether this just... I can't even say. Disaster.
Yeah, disaster, darling. Yeah. I'm assuming disaster struck on the way back, but we wasn't.
How lucky was we?
We wasn't aware of it until we actually got back. But this is what unfolded. Right, I'm always moaning that I've never got nothing to film. We've just come back in the marina after our first day out. Had a night out, met up with Fran and Rich, a little bit of towpath tucker with them. Got into the marina, turned the engine off as I stepped into the my engine room, strong smell of diesel, and I can hear liquid running. Quickly lifted the engine hatch, diesel everywhere. I can hear it pouring out of somewhere, don't know where. And there's a separate bilge under the engine, which is separate from the stern gland bilge. That is full of diesel. I've managed to work out where it's coming from, and it's the bleed nipple on the bottom of my primary fuel filter. There's a little ball bearing type thing in the bleed nipple. Well, that's knackered, and the diesel's just pouring through there. There's, pointy finger, there's where my primary fuel filter is. Down there you can see a little bit of water movement. I've got about 4 inches of diesel, and that's all under the engine. It's separate from that part of the bilge, which is where that drips from the stern gland, and then your bilge pumps that out, so there's no cross contamination there. So I've just got to sort out a new filter housing for this, and obviously a pump to get this diesel pumped out, because it's stinking the boat out, and it's bank holiday weekend. Yeah, so this is the bottom part of the cav filter, and that's the offending bleed nipple on the bottom. And this is why it is so important, even if you're not DIY minded, just familiarise yourself with certain things on your boat. In the case of an emergency, you know what to do. Whether it's gas, you know where your isolation valves is. Electricity, you know where your battery isolators are. And with this fuel, not sure everybody would have known what to do, but you have shut-off valves where your fuel lines leave your fuel tank. So obviously you need to know where those are. Luckily I knew where mine are, and there you lift the rear hatch on the rear deck, and there is 3 valves there. It's a flow and return valve for the engine, and then there's another valve for the Webasto central heating. So with those 3 now shut off, no more fuel will leak. Had I not shut those off, that would have continued to siphon, and I think I've got I know I've got a full tank of fuel, other than the 20 litres that I've just dumped into my sump. And luckily, chap Gary on the end of our pontoon, he's got a wet and vac vacuum, so I was able to suck up all the diesel, and it actually looked more than it was. I've got a big 20 litre jerry can, and it didn't fill that, but so that's all nice and dry. And then we had a trip out to Midland Chandlers, and the offending item was a little. It's
called a nipple.
Yeah, it's called. This was a This, I can't believe you laughed at that. This for the guys out there, and oh no, that's sexist, isn't it? For anybody out there who knows anything about bleeding brakes, you've got a bleed nipple on them. Well, in the bottom of the filter that had a bleed nipple. The new filters just come with a bolt with a rubber bung on. Anyway, they didn't have one this size. They're now a bigger thread size.
So we had to buy the whole thing.
Yeah, so for the 40p little unit and a washer, I'd spent £35 on the whole housing. But it's done. Yeah,
it is. And we got to walk around Midland. I mean, I couldn't believe it. We walked around Midland Chandlers and normally spend an absolute fortune, but I couldn't think of anything to buy. No. I was like wanting so much retail therapy, and I bought 2 Nicholson's guides.
Guides, yes. So
that was
it. You can guarantee, with the luck we're having lately, the guides we've bought, there'll be some big breach or closure, and we won't be able to
we won't be able to go that way. Yeah,
on that canal. But, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Yeah. So we just can't wait to get out again. Oh no,
can't wait to continuously cruise. I'm now. Tomorrow is my 8th
of
the 9
weeks of these second lots.
Yeah. And next week, on the 16th of April, is my last chemotherapy session.
But this week should have been your last chemo.
Yeah, but it was deferred a week because I've got what they call it peripheral neuropathy, which is like a spongy, numb feeling in your fingers and your feet. I used to call it fat foot. When you used to sit on your foot
You've always had bad feet.
Do you hear that? When you sit on your foot or your leg or whatever, and then you go to get up and your leg is dead, my foot is like that a little bit, like constantly. So, and my fingers have got a little bit sort of sponge. I call them spongy, and clumsiness. I think I've sort of burnt myself and I didn't realise I did.
Yeah,
things.
One of the dangers, because it deadens the nerves and it can be permanent.
Yeah, which is why they deferred it.
Yeah, but you can also injure yourself. Silly little thing, stubbing your toe, you can break your toe, and because of the nerve damage or the deadened nerves, you won't know you've broken your toe.
Yeah.
Deb was getting something out of the oven, and she knew she'd caught a thumb, but she didn't realise, or finger, didn't realise how bad she'd burnt it, which ended up quite a bad burn.
Yeah.
So,
but it's been deferred. So, like I do, I'm going tomorrow, and then the last one is on the 16th of April, which is next Friday, and that's me done. Thank you very much.
Yeah, just the
and then just radiotherapy. So, and that's another story.
Yeah, which we'll talk about next week.
Yeah. But as you can see, we're doing great. I'm doing great. Mark's doing great. And it's wonderful. Summer's coming, and I just can't wait.
Yeah, just can't wait to get out.
Oh, yes.
Especially after that one night out.
Yeah. Looking forward to just even just a couple of days here and there will be lovely.
Yeah. This weekend, this Sunday.
It's Mark's birthday.
Yeah, it's my birthday Sunday. But I'm counting backwards. So if I'm 55 now, this Sunday I'll be 54.
You wish.
Yeah, this Sunday is the last of the actual overnight stay restrictions for people who don't live on their boats and holiday boats. So the marina's been getting very busy, people coming down prepping their boat. So we're expecting more people on Sunday prepping it, and Monday they'll be able to go out. Yeah. There's a few share boats here, which we're assuming we'll see those go out. And always say massive thank you to all our patrons, new patrons.
Thank you so much.
And old patrons. We couldn't do it without you guys. We've had a few unexpected expenses and a few expected expenses, so that all goes towards that. All your help over on PayPal, thank you so much. And just all your comments, those are
just your support it's absolutely wonderful.
Some of those are priceless, and some of the similar stories that some of you guys have been. I said
it
guys.
It helps a lot.
I do apologise. I said I wouldn't say guys. So some of you people have been going through a similar.
It helps so much. It really does. Just one more thing. Bonnie's okay. Did we mention Bonnie?
Right. Yes, possibly. Yes, we did mention Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie's fine.
Yeah, she's still got one more blood test to go. Yeah. She's on the most expensive dog food known to man.
Yes.
Which I think we're going to have to keep her on. Keep Alfie on the cheap stuff.
Yeah, he's fine.
So one more blood test tomorrow, and then
hopefully we're all
done and dusted. Yeah, and I'll give you the rundown of the final bill. And I've said before, we are insured. So the only reason I mention this is, please, if you've got a pet, get them insured.
Get them insured, yeah, or put the money aside. Yeah.
Yes. I've got next week's video already lined up, and that is going to be. Oh, should I mention it's going to be the Blacking one, or should I keep it a secret?
Keep it a secret.
I'll keep it a secret, right. So next week's Blacking video is going to be a secret. And we'll see you. Oops, and this is what happens when you leave 3 weeks between videos. We forget how we normally end the videos until you sit there editing. So this is the day after. If you enjoyed that little video,
press the like button.
If you haven't already subscribed,
press the subscribe button.
And if you want future notifications of any other videos we upload,
press the bell icon.
And keep your comments coming. We love the comments. And Deb's just got back from chemotherapy.
I'm a little bit tired. Sorry about that.
She's now off to bed. So
Bye.
we'll see you all next week.
Bye.